You know what's interesting? I just mentioned this to someone last night, right? So we're struggling through a pandemic, right? Globally, nationally. So many people are teaching online at home, right? But like, and this is a thing that I say sometimes, like, what if we zoom out of this? Like, let's zoom out of what's happening and reorient to it. So like, let's say Monday morning, right? Monday morning, there are thousands of teachers teaching, right? Art, science, history, biology, chemistry, mathematics, anthropology, like everything is being taught. What if you could just scroll through and zoom in, like, I'm going to listen to this person from, the Northwest speak about anthropology. I'm going to listen to this person from the Northeast speak about racism and democracy. I'm going to listen to this person in China talk about mathematics. You know what I mean? Like, what if school was wiped clean and it just opened up? Like, guess what, everybody? Thousands of teachers are teaching all day long, every day. Tune in to me, 2:00. We're going to talk about math. We're going to talk about geometry, shapes. We're going to talk about exterior angle theorems. You know what I mean? Like, imagine how much cooler and powerful life and education would be. Like, imagine students tuning in to people in different countries, and it's like, we're doing that. Like, there are thousands of people, teachers teaching online, but we're so structured around the paradigm of finance and capital. We're so structured around the hierarchy of education that, like, we have to account for taking roll. Like, we have to have attendance, where I have 30 students I'm looking out for, rather than let's just free education. Let's go Joseph Beuys and like make a free university, let everybody in. You know what I mean? Like, we're already doing it.
Yeah.
How could we monetize it or make it to where people could still work? I don't know. It's something I think of sometimes. Like, is education for teachers or for students? And are we listening to the students? Because how fresh would it be if it was like scrolling through 1,000 channels of TV to learn anything? Yeah. I want to hear a funny guy talk about math. I want to hear a sad guy talk about math. I want to hear a silly guy. I want to hear a dead serious senior citizen talk about math. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just saying, like, what do you want to learn?
Yeah, fantastic. Joey, kind of in summation, kind of just to bring this all home, if for the young people watching this who want to be activists, community activists, there's a two-part question. First, how do they become activists? What steps should they take? Second, for older folks, my age, our age, who are not young, who have kids, how can we support youngsters in becoming community activists?
Right. All right. So, I mean, and this is just my perspective on it all, right? But like, to be an activist is to be active. Like, it doesn't really matter, right? Like, find passions that you have and go out and start manifesting them, right? Like, we have to think in ways that we can do. That if we don't have access, we could find access. If we don't have a platform, we find a platform. We don't have the tools, we find those tools. We seek those tools out, right? Like, as students, as kids, like whatever you're into, right? Like, you don't have to take on racism and homophobia as like this grand scheme thing, right? You can take these things on in your personal life, in your social life, in your neighborhood, in your community, in your school, in your classroom, right? Like, it's neat to see a lot of the youth really open up the idea of pronouns, and like say, okay, well, let's just put it out there. I am referred to as she, her, he, him, whatever, they, them. You know what I mean? Like, to open up with that, to share that, provides space for others to do so, right? It provides access for others to share that stuff, right? And you can look at the global issues that we have. We can look at all of these concerns and keep them in mind, but do not be overwhelmed by the onslaught of bad ideas out there, right? Like, start simple, just start. And it's like, today, tomorrow, like, get involved with stuff. It's hard and it's weird during a pandemic, but like, find those things that you're drawn to or interested in,
Mhm.
or find other models. Like if your city doesn't have a Food Not Bombs chapter, maybe you start that. Maybe you talk to other people about that. Maybe because part of it's just spreading ideas. Like people are plagued by bad ideas. Like they're watching bad content. They're doing dumb shit. And it's not always our fault. It's programming, right? It's what you have access to. So like first find things, look out for things, try to see what you believe in morality and the universe and how good people can be and what we could be doing, right? Find good examples out there, right? That's what I would suggest to the youth. Like I work with in the school that I'm at, we have a program called IDL. It's Interdisciplinary Lab, right? And the project right now, and so I work with 2 grades. I work with 10th grade and 12th grade. And 10th grade is find a campaign for good. Figure out something that you could do, right? And it's interdisciplinary. It's supposed to involve math and science and ELA and such, you know? And then with the 12th graders, we're looking at do something innovative. Create a risk for yourself. Like learn to become a good person. You know what I mean? Like that's kind of the subtext of it all. And it's fantastic. Like I'm in a progressive school and it's an awesome place and a lot of cool teachers, a lot of good students there. And it's not like that everywhere, right? Like it's very subjectified, right? Like it's very like, we're talking about math in this hour. We're talking about English in this hour. And that's what I really like about this IDL, Interdisciplinary Lab. And you could pull that out of the classroom. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't have to be in a classroom. Do something and then also document it. Learn from your experience. Like write down, you know, I want to challenge this idea. Here's my reservations about it. Here's my interests and expectations about it. Now I'm going to go consult with people. Now I'm going to go do some research and find out who's doing that or whatever, what they're up to. And then reflect upon what I've done. Do I feel good about this? Why do I feel good? Is this of interest to others? Do others appreciate this as well, right? So like, I really feel like activism means to be active, right? And also, I mean, I'm a big believer in localizing. So like, activate your neighborhood, activate things. You know what I mean? Like, what is it you want? That's why the Anarchist Library started. That's why I did that. I'm like, I got too many books. I'm gonna start something. I'm gonna go and I'm gonna start a library. Come to my house. I've got an underground library. Check out a book. Okay, you're not interested? Okay, we're gonna do a movie night. Check out these movies. Okay, well, we're gonna do an open mic night. Check out. We're gonna do a barbecue. You know what I mean? Just anything to socialize and network. You know, and so that's kind of what I would say to young youth interested in doing stuff. You know, and then you know, network with people, find other people. You know, and then to support that is like support passion. You know, like for adults, educators, parents, like encourage the development of passion, even if you don't understand it. Like even if it's a gaming platform, like encourage the understanding of those things, encourage the engagement, right? Because that's what we need out of life in general, right? Like engagement, right? That's the solution to depression, right? Is engagement. It's not like necessarily a medication or whatever else. It's like what is it? The solution to alienation, right? It's connection. Solution to depression is connection. You know, like we're all humans navigating these skin suits, trying to figure out what the hell is real and right and just in an unjust world. And yeah, I think that just people could educate that and give a listen. Let the youth speak. Set them up. Give them a space at the table. Let's hear what they got to say. You know, like let's encourage them to be comfortable speaking. You know?
Yeah, I love it. Joey, thank you so much for your insight, for your knowledge, your example, your production. You know, you've given me a stage so many times to exercise my feelings and emotions in art. And for somebody who's coming up, who's trying to make their way, man, it really means a lot to have somebody who sees something in them, or at least maybe has some faith in them, or maybe sees some of themselves, you know, in that other person. And so, you know, for me personally, you've really been a great resource and friend since I've been here in Arizona over the past 20 plus years.